We are going to take a look at how to create the half square triangle. This method is not the most popular way to make a half square triangle anymore, but if you learned from older patterns or from someone who learned from older patterns, this might look very familiar. So let's talk about it. When we're making half square triangles, there are a lot of different methods. This video could get long, so I'm going to break it into parts so it's not overwhelming, especially if you're a beginner. Now, don't come for me in the comments, because if you're not new to this, you're true to this. You know that many older patterns called for this method. Those patterns usually tell you to start by cutting your fabric into squares. The size doesn't really matter, 2 inches, 8 inches, 10 inches, as long as it's a perfect square, meaning the length and the width are the same. Next, the directions often say to line up your ruler with from corner to corner and cut straight down the diagonal with your rotary cutter. I know some of you are already thinking, but Jen, just hang on. The diagonal cut puts your fabric on the bias, which means there's a lot of stretch. And because there's a lot of stretch, you have to be extra careful when you sew these. I've already cut my lighter fabrics, and the instructions told me to line these triangles up, right sides together. Once they're lined up, I take them to my sewing machine and sew a 1/4 inch seam. I'm using a 1/4 inch foot, and we'll talk about that later. But here's the real deal. If you pull this fabric even a little bit, it will stretch. And if it stretches, it can warp and throw everything off. So I go slow. I don't pull. I just gently guide the fabric with my fingers and let the machine do the work. When I open this up, I have a half square triangle. Is this the easiest way? Is it the most modern or the most commonly used method today? Not necessarily. But this is how a lot of us originally learned and how many of the older patterns were written. In the next video, I will show you another method that's much easier to handle and way more popular today, especially for beginners.